Thank you for clicking onto my channel. Welcome to Komodo Tai Tarot. Today we will be doing a tarot card reading for Taurus for the month of July, for the first week dating July 4th through July 10th of 2021. The deck that I have here is from the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot, which is this. So we'll be using that for the reading for today. Okay, all right. Okay, for the month of July, the first week of July, for my Taurus viewers, spirit guides, what messages do you have for them, the good, the bad, the ugly, in terms of love, career, finances? What is it that they can expect for this first week of July? What is to be expected, spirit guides? What is to be expected for the month of July? First week for the month of July. For Taurus people. Okay, so we have the Empress. Ooh la la. What I've drawn most is for some of you, you might be conceiving or are already know that you're pregnant. So that's one thing about this is that but I have the feeling that you are going to find out that you're pregnant, because I'm very much drawn to the stomach, to her belly. When it first popped out and I looked at it, I also sense that those of you are quite eccentric with your makeup. Okay, maybe like goth-like even. Okay, because of her makeup and the way she applies her eyeshadows. Yeah, some of you might be into that like heavy metal makeup or look to you. Very gothic look. Maybe in a rock band. Some of you viewing this might be a part of a rock band, or you like to listen to rock music, and you have those, you know, very cool silver rings. I don't know, those skull rings, you know, like people who are into heavy metals likes to wear. Yeah, that's what I get. The Empress. And then those of you who already are pregnant or know that you're pregnant, you are probably around that time, you know, around the trimester in which you're able to go to the doctor and seek out and find out the sex of your baby. And you might find out that your baby is a girl, that you're expecting a baby girl. The reason why is because I'm very also drawn to this girl symbol. Is that what it's called? To her pendant, and it has the symbol of a female there. Okay. Now I know in traditional tarot card deck, that's not what it means. That's not the meaning behind it at all. But for some odd reason, that's the connection that I'm making right now. Is that you might be finding that you are pregnant and are expecting, and some of you who have reached that trimester where you're able to seek out the gender of your child, you might be expecting a baby girl. And then there are those who don't want to know with this Two of Swords. You might not want to know, and with the Moon, you just want to leave it as a surprise. So yeah. And some of you probably don't care, don't want to know about the gender, and want it to be a surprise until the very last minute. And that's quite all right. It's okay. Okay, for the first week of July. You're quite emotional regarding this situation as well. Just need some time for the download to come through, because there's more to this. I feel there's more to this. I'm very drawn to the blue background here, and also to the rays of the moon. it's like a sun. So some of you may not care whether you have a boy or a girl, because if you really take a look at this illustration behind where it's a crescent moon, right? You see a crescent moon, but then if you really take a look at it, it's a complete circle sphere, and it's much darker, like an eclipse. And then there's like this rays coming out from that, and that reminds me of like the sun and the moon energy, where the sun is masculine, the moon is feminine, and maybe, you know, you don't really care if your child is a boy or a girl, and so therefore you don't want to know, you know, you want to keep it as a surprise. And so it's very emotional here for you. Perhaps I get the feeling some of you may have tried to conceive for a very long time, and it's been hard for you to conceive. And so now that you are finding out that you're pregnant, or knows that you're pregnant or are pregnant right now, you're quite emotional about it, and you want to protect it at all costs, you know. And it's funny because I'm so drawn to the crisscross arm. The way she had it crisscross, it's like it exudes this energy of like protection. I want to protect what's mine at all costs, and it's mine. That's what I hear, like mine, you know, that type. So it's crazy. Okay, but there's another aspect to it with the blue. I can't seem to retrieve what it is, though. There's something there that, okay, so we have, sorry, my Roman numerals is quite bad. Let me count the wands here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So we have, is this the 9 of wands? 9 of wands. So we have the 9 of wands, battle. Now let's jump over to a different topic here that's aside from the pregnancy. In terms of your life, your life's journey has been a long, grueling, and hard one. You have gone through hell and back, so to speak. You have scars to prove your battles. And also, I'm feeling that you have been betrayed many times in the past by someone who you've trusted to have your best interests at heart, but turns out that they didn't, and they're quite manipulative and underhanded in that way, where they for some, you probably have girlfriends or boyfriends, depending, I mean, just fit it into your sexual orientation as you see fit. Your significant other has been stolen by a friend of yours in the past. Yes, that's the message that's coming through. And then for some on the work front, you are a very intellectual, hardworking person. Okay, you don't give up. You have tenacity. And people are jealous of that. There are many people who are in your workplace that are very envious of you and your position. And if you're not in a higher up position, let's say, let's speaking in terms of working. Oh geez, why do I have brain farts? I should know this word. Working in sales, or like at a clothing store or something of that nature, right? You could be a brand new, newly hired salesperson, sales associates, but there are higher ups who sees the potential in you, and they are very envious of that, and they are secretly hating on you. And when you do stuff according to their accords, they're fine with it. But then when you have your own opinions or interject your own like facts and opinions into it, it they don't like that because they're the boss and you are not, and you have no right to tell them what to do. But it's okay for them to tell you what to do. That type of situation dynamics going on that I see here. But things are changing for you on the horizon though, with this Ace of Cups. And this week will be the turning point of that. So you will have, for those of you who have been going through relationships after relationships after relationships and not working out, you will have a new person coming in to fulfill your cups. Whether or not that is long lasting, let's see. Okay, could you elaborate more on this Ace of Cups, my spirit team? What about this Ace of Cups do you want to tell my viewers? The Fool. Okay, so the Fool is, ooh, Lord jeez. Let me take a second to, because the energy that I get from here is kind of a mixed energy. Because immediately when the Fool popped out, this is the illustration that I see. And immediately I see this snake. And the girl is blindfolded and she's not seeing the snake, but yet she is admiring, I guess, like sniffing this tulip, not being aware of the snake that is wrapped around her wrist. But, okay, all right. So there's this new person coming in. And again, as I was saying, with, you know, some of you might be going through relationship after relationship, and each relationship just lets you down and it's a big disappointment. And then there's this new Ace of Cups, new energy coming through for this first week of July, right? July 4th through the July 10th. And the Fool pops up when I asked for clarification. And the message here is that to take a leap, like the Fool, to take a leap, yes. And then before I said that, I said whether it will last is a different story. Let's get some more details on that, right? The message here is, despite the fact that you might not be aware whether or not this new person coming in is genuine with you and sincere with their feelings for you, just take a leap. Give it a chance. If you don't give it a chance, you won't never know. You will never know, okay, if it's going to work out or if it's not going to work out. But what if it works out? Then you can have this very fulfilling relationship with each other. And if it doesn't work out, then you know that it doesn't work out, and you can take whatever lessons that is in that relationship, that occurs in that particular relationship with you, and learn from it and move on and be better and become more refined in your decision making. So this card with the Fool is to take a leap of chance. To take a leap of chance despite that it might not work out, but what if it does work out? Okay, and you have the sun in the background. All right, you have nothing to lose. Okay, let's read some more of this. And then we have the World. Is it two of wands? Okay, we have the Two of Wands here. For a second there, I thought it was the World card because it has the globe. The illustration there is holding on to the globe. But this is the Two of Wands. And like I said, take a leap of faith and listen to your intuition, and you will know. With this Two of Wands, I feel some of you for this first week of July might be considering traveling to a different place, a different state, a different town, visiting families, just to be out and about and not be so stuck in your house. I mean, considering we have the pandemic going on, but it's been a long time, you know, and it's summertime, and I see the beach. You know, you could be thinking about going to the beach and just unwind and relax and de-stress there with your friends and family. Some of you are single parents. You might like to go to the beach or go have fun or take your child out. Some of you might have sons that you like to go out with, and you cherish those times with your son. And some of you might even consider going out of the country to visit a different city like Seoul. I don't know why that pops up, but it's in Korea. It's in Korea, Seoul. Or somewhere, Africa, Nigeria. For some odd reason, I have the thought or an idea of sort that some of you might even contemplate of upping roots and moving to the continent of Africa and starting over there, or like you have a business in mind, like a Black-owned business, and going there and starting your business there, because the currency there in comparison to the dollar is cheaper, and then you probably is contemplating about it would be better if you, or would be smarter if you were to take the money that you have now and invest in doing business in Nigeria, where you can rent a house or buy a house for cheap, and like you, with the money that you have here, with the currency, with the dollar currency, if you were to take it over there, you can buy a whole house and live like a king. But that's just one of the thoughts that popped into mind for some odd reason when I see this globe that she's holding here with the Two of Wands card. But also to do your research, do your due diligence, make sure before you go, don't just up and leave, don't be impulsive. Okay, everything that you do, you need to do. It requires planning, okay? It requires practical planning. Make sure that you dot your I's, cross your T's with whatever it is. And especially with this first week, this is just the energy, okay? The energy. It's not like you're gonna uproot this week and go, not this week, but in the week of July 4th through the July 10th. But you will be fancying those ideas. You will be thinking about those things in these first week of July here. And then here we have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups. I sense that a lot of you are stuck in your head, in your mind a lot. In the past you have, and the energy, despite the new energy that is coming in for this week, don't let the past hold you back, basically. I guess is what I'm getting here with this Five of Cups. Don't let the past hold you back, because some of you, it gets, Taurus people are hardworking people, okay? And it takes them a while to move and get going. And when it comes to disappointment, it's the same thing. It takes them a longer time to dwell. And the cards here is saying not to dwell on those things any longer. You've spent enough energy and time on them already as it is in the past, and for you to move forward. There's no reason for you to sit and just cry over spilled milk when you have two cups behind you that has 2, 4, 5 roses in them, okay? So don't cry over what's already lost. You can't go back in time to do anything about that. Just take whatever is the lesson there and move on. All right, that's the message here. One more card and we'll wrap up the reading. We won't wrap up the reading. I have the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck that I will be using to clarify or give advice. In this case, the advice to the spirit, from the spirit. Okay, one more card, please. This one. Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands popped up. So it's saying for you, seeing how, if you look at this, the Five of Cups is looking towards the past and the Knight of Wands is looking to the future. So there you have it. Don't look back to the past. Look to the future. Take action. You know what you have. You know what it takes to get to your goals. Don't just stay trapped in your head. Okay, it's great to just like take time out and think and reflect and introspect and sometimes even reminisce about certain things, but don't live there. Okay, don't live there. Come out from that and move on. Look at what is in front of you. Look at what is before you. Okay, enjoy the present moment, because the present moment is what is going to create your future. All right, if you focus on the past and nothing good comes out from the past with this Nine of Wands, you're going to bring the past to relive in your present, not only your present, but your future as well. So this message here in these two cards is telling you to move on. Don't dwell in the past, just move on. All right, and you will come to that epiphany in this very first week of July. Something will happen that will cause you to think and come to a conclusion about this whole particular situation that you are dealing with. All right, Spirit teams, what advice do you have for my Taurus for the first week of July? What messages do you have for my Taurus viewers for this first week of July? That came out all at once together. I'll just take it since okay, I was like looking at this and remember earlier I was like, there's something about this blue background, and yes, it's emotions. There's going to be an overflowing of emotions that you will feel in this first week of July, because you will be stuck in your head and reminiscing and thinking about the past, about the 3 cups that was spilled, and you're going to go back again to this state that you were in this Nine of Wands, like you were in the past, and it's going to bring that flooded memories of hurt and pain and betrayal up to the surface. And this is the time, this is the week, if that should happen, this is the week that you need to deal with that. You need to confront it, forgive whomever. Okay, just because you forgive them doesn't necessarily mean you have to take them back into your life. Forgive whomever it is that did you wrong in the past and moved on, because you have this new beginning. And for some of you, you could be pregnant or you could be conceiving, and you don't want to start your life with this new life that you're about to give with negativity, okay, that is shrouding your past and present and probably the future if you allow for it to happen, to continue. Yeah, okay, let's see the advice. Broken arrow, make peace with it. Like I said, forgive whoever had done you wrong. Make peace with it with this broken arrow. And then the moon, take note of intuitive messages, and you need to listen to your intuition, because a lot of times when we are hurt, our ego tends to take over and we tend to block out whatever it is, the little voices in our head that is telling us otherwise. I don't know why this came to play, but hurt people hurt others. So I don't know if it's you who are hurt, and in turn are doing something that is out of spite to hurt other people that comes into your life, that you get an inkling or a sense of paranoia that they might stab you in the back like other people have in the past. Um, because when someone is damaged in that way, when you deal with that type of situation and people time and time again, it conditions you to think and to have this preconceived notion that everyone that comes into your life is going to be the same or do the same thing to you, which could be further from the truth. Sometimes that's not always the case. So it's like, you know best because you've dealt with those type of people before in the past, and so you know the subtle signs and cues of that type of people. You know, despite the facade that they put on, despite the mask that they put on, you tend to energetically detect and pick up on that. And this card with the moon wants you to pay more close attention to your intuition. And then there are at times when you encounter someone who because of your paranoia, you might tend to ignore your intuition, saying that give them a chance, they might not be like them or they're not like them. But there are certain things because of your experience in the past that this person have, or perhaps they even look like the person that did you wrong in the past, right? There's something about them, about their looks, about their smile, about their behavior, their quirks, that just is triggering you of that person that used to betray you. And so because they remind you of that person physically, right, your subconscious is telling you that they are exactly, for some reason, is making connections that this person is going to be exactly like the person in the past that stabbed you in the back, when that is probably not true. They could be the opposite of that person. It's just so happened that they look just like that person. You know, that type of scenario going on. And so you just is like torn, like internally struggling to have trust in people anymore. And so it's hard for you to trust. And I understand that. You know, I've been there. I know the feeling. Not that I can't say that I'm completely healed, but I'm working on it. And sometimes you have to listen to your intuition, okay? And if your intuition says, oh, this person, yeah, for sure, because they exhibit X, Y, and Z, and the subtle cues that you're feeling, the energies that you're feeling aligns with what you know of the past or whatever, then yeah, cut them out, whatever, do whatever you want to do, get them out of your life, right? But if you have to second guess yourself, like just take a step back, meditate, or not just, if you are not the kind to, because I feel like a lot of you coming on here, you might not be the type of person who's like very into spirituality like that, where you just like sit and meditate with a crystal ball. But just take time out, go to the beach, go for a walk. Walking and doing repetitive movements, or even drawing artwork, or exercising is will bring you to that meditative state, okay? And that will help to decompress all the stress and the tension and things like that, and it will help to clear up your thoughts. And then we have Direction Guardian, choose your path. And then you just need to choose your path. Like, once you figure out what it is, you know, like, our life is our own making. So yeah, that's the message. Our life is our own making. It is what you make of it. If you choose to live in the past, then you will forever live in the past, and all the negative things that occurred and happened to you in the past will continue to happen to you in the past. However, if you choose to discard it and disconnect with it and move in a new direction that is more positive, okay, you will then attract more positive into your life. The positive thinking, at first, it's not easy. It's not as simple as much as I want to tell you that it's as simple as thinking positive thoughts and positive things will come to you. But there's steps to going from rock bottom, or from this place of darkness to a place of light. Okay, there's steps to that. You can't just think and stay in an environment that won't foster that positivity. You have to bring yourself, if you're in a negative situation or toxic situation or environment, bring yourself out from that first, and then slowly, work on reprogramming your mind, your thoughts, your ideas, your ways of speaking to yourself and or about yourself, because it matters. Because at the end of the day, the most important person in your life is you. No one else outside of you will hold you important as you do yourself. Okay? Because if you were to go up to someone, all right, or let's say I don't know, if a person have to choose between their life and your life, right? Which life do you think they would choose? They're going to choose theirs, right? Because they want to live. They're important. They love themselves. They want to live. I mean, they like you. They see you, I guess, important. Not that you're not to your loved ones or whatnot, but everyone loves their selves, okay? And you need to give that love to you, all right? In a proper way, not in a toxic way here. We can go on and on about this, okay? But this is the energy that I get, is the energy of hurt, of pain that you need to release. That will come to the surface for this first week of July. Yeah, the spirit is calling for you to forgive. Don't forget, learn from the lessons, move on, and fuck those people who did you dirt in the past, okay? Thank you, and I hope that resonates. If it does, please hit like and subscribe. If it doesn't, also leave a comment. I would always appreciate and love to read about your situation. Bye.